So today we are going to make chocolate chip zucchini bread. I needed something delicious, and the chocolate chip zucchini bread is definitely something that you can do with your kids. They're gonna like it too. And some of the things that I will be using is I'm using einkorn flour. And what I like about this flour, I think that I had mentioned this in my previous videos, is that it is the only wheat that's never hybridized, and it's low on the gluten index, it's unbleached, and it is unbromated. I got this at Whole Foods, but I'm sure that you can get it on Amazon as well. I might have some links for you, so it's a lot easier for you to get that if you don't have access to a store that has this flour. Also, I am using date sugar. You could use regular sugar, but I like date sugar. It makes me not feel as guilty, and it's also low on the glycemic index. I believe it has a score of 41 if I'm not mistaken. So I like this a lot. A lot of people put olive oil or coconut oil in their zucchini bread, and I like to use a little bit of Miyoko's unsalted vegan butter. It is delicious in my opinion, and so that's where I'm going to splurge on this. This will also have a little bit of applesauce in there to make it a little bit moist. We'll have 2 flax eggs so that we can bind everything together. And then this is a new chocolate that I love so much. I'm a chocoholic, so I try and limit my chocolate. And if I can find a good vegan chocolate that I really love, then it's the one that I will use. So I'm just going to use this chocolate. I only need about 1/4 cup to maybe 1/2 cup, so I'll be grating this or chopping it up. But this is super major, and it is super freaking good. So we're going to be using that. All right, so we're going to put this all together, and then we'll throw it in the oven, and we're going to have a delicious treat or a snack. Let's get to it. This recipe calls for 1½ to 1 3/4 cups of grated zucchini. I didn't have enough in my display, so I'm just going to grate a little bit more. Zucchini bread typically uses eggs to bind everything together, but we're going to use a flax egg, and that is just 2 tablespoons of flax meal, and you mix it with 6 tablespoons of water and let it sit for a couple of minutes.
A few minutes later.
As you can see, it's nice and thick, and this will hold everything together. Let's mix it all together. I'm going to start with the wet ingredients, the flax egg. This is the melted butter. Then we'll throw in the cinnamon. I don't know why I did that, but I did. And then the vanilla and the date sugar. Next up is 2 to 3 tablespoons of applesauce. We're going to mix everything together so it's nice and smooth. Then next up, we're going to go ahead and mix in our grated zucchini. And once that's all mixed together really well, we're going to start to fold in our flour mixture. I'm giving you a little close-up shot so you can see it's mixed nice and well. It's pretty thick. I like to add all of the dry ingredients together first, and then I mix that so I know it's all combined nicely. And then I'll go ahead and put portions of it into the batter, and then I'll mix it together, and then another little bit of flour mixture into the batter, and that way I know that everything is combined smoothly and I won't have any lumps. That's the worst when you're making any kind of cake or bread. So as you can see, I'm finishing up. It got a little bit challenging with my spatula, so I just switched to a wooden spoon, and I'm continuing to mix. Don't mix too much, but just enough to combine everything together. It took everything in me already not to eat this chocolate, but I was strong. So I'm just using about 1/2 of the bar, 3/4 of the bar, and I'm just doing a rough chop, and I'll be adding that into the batter. But frankly, I don't think that I'm going to use all of it. I think that I might just use 1/2 of it. So we will see where we end up. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna decide to just do half of the pan with regular zucchini bread mix, and then I'll do half of it with the chocolate chips. And use your judgment. I don't know if I want to use all of the chocolate chips, but I might want to. So however you like it, you can add as much or as little as you like. You can make the whole zucchini bread loaf pan full of chocolate chips, but I thought that I would just do half and half. My preference. And then lastly, we're going to go ahead and sprinkle some of the nut and seed mixture over top. If that's not your thing, you don't have to include it. You can leave it out. And there you have it. She is done, and we are ready to bake. So, look at that. Yep, I'm ready. I thought I'd put some more chocolate chips, but then I forgot which side was chocolate chip. We'll set the oven for 375 degrees Fahrenheit, and then it'll be in for about 45 to 50 minutes.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
This smells so good. I know that we're almost done. So you do want to check to make sure that it's baked all the way through. The easiest way is to take a skewer or a toothpick and poke it in a couple of different spots and make sure that when you pull it out, it comes out dry. Et voila! Here we have delicious zucchini chocolate chip bread. We're going to have to try this. So the zucchini bread is done, and my son came just in time to try the zucchini bread. What do you think?
It smells good.
Smells good, right? All right, let's get to this. I'm ready. All right, fantastic. So here we have, look at that, deliciousness. Honey. Okay, so what do you want, the plain or the chocolate chip?
I just want a piece of the chocolate chip.
Okay, go ahead.
The whole thing.
Oh, let's split it.
Just because I'm watching my plate.
There's nothing fattening. I have, out of this whole thing, there's maybe a quarter cup of Miyoko's butter. It's just nuts.
You're trying it too, right?
Yeah. So moist.
Cheers.
Cheers.
It tastes like nut bread, or banana nut bread kind of. Chocolatey.
But chocolatey, but it's very, very moist. And mind you, it's still warm, so when it's cooled down, it's not going to be as, you know.
Spongy.
You like it?
Yeah, it's good.
It'll be good toasted. And you know what? I probably could have left this in another 5 minutes or so, 4 to 5 minutes. But okay, so that's this side, and that's with the chocolate. But let's try this side and see whether or not.
I'm just gonna try a little piece of this.
But you can see the zucchini that's in there. So this one is a drier piece. How is that?
It's good. Should be good with like a little bit of honey.
This is just has date sugar in it. It has date sugar. It has flax meal in it, and it has this the sugar. I mean the chocolate chips, which is a dark chocolate, which is good for you. dark chocolate is for you.
That was pretty good.
You liked it?
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, there you have it. Kid approved.